Hi everyone, welcome to week 2 of our semester. So the homework for this upcoming week, which we'll be going into, will be working on your elevator pitch and then the Linda module that goes with this lesson. So I hope everybody, first of all, had a good 3-day weekend. I know that that first week back can be kind of stressful and everybody's a little bit, all over the place and trying to get their bearings straight again after being on break for a while. So I hope they all had a restful 3-day weekend. So what is pitching yourself and how does this work? Essentially, this is the first step that you'll take towards your professional development is understanding who you are professionally and then being able to present that to other people. What I mean is that oftentimes we know that, yes, there's job sites out there that can help you find, a position that you're interested in. There's what are known as kind of metaphorically headhunters, which are employment agents that will help you get hired into a position, and they take a certain cut of whatever your hiring bonus is, or if they can get you set up well, then they'll get some sort of bonus that way by the amount of people they hire on. Those are two options that are becoming a little bit less frequent because in today's world we look more at how connected we are. It's a lot easier to be connected with people you don't know as well firsthand, just simply based on the way that we network. And we'll be going into networking a lot more in the future, but the reason that I talk about pitching yourself is because it's one of the single greatest tools that you can have on hand at any given time. As far as what this means, we'll talk about the elevator pitch first. So for those of you that don't know what an elevator pitch is, I will post a video under this one that shows an elevator pitch for somebody that was showing how using advertisement on cups can be a very highly effective method of advertising and reaching a broader audience. This person went through their entire idea very quickly. They met all of the points that were necessary, and it didn't take up too much time to watch. So that might leave you asking, what exactly is an elevator pitch? Typically, an elevator pitch is something that you use to describe either yourself or a service that you provide, and this explanation is given, quote-unquote, like you are in an elevator with a person and you have until they get off that elevator to convince them to give you the job or that your skill is useful to them in some sort of way. Typically, this can range from 30 seconds to 2 minutes at the most. You'll see some that go all the way up to 5 minutes. It's pushing it a little bit, but sometimes people really do have that much qualification or their skill or trade requires that much explaining. Either way, what you're going to be doing this week is you're going to be doing an elevator pitch, and this will consist of you explaining maybe I'm going to give you some free range on this assignment, so what you'll be able to do is explain something that you do very well, whether it be a job, a skill, a hobby, anything like that, or maybe your professional background in your major. What is your major? What have you learned from your major? And how can you apply that in a business sense? The way that I would gather this, it's important to introduce yourself professionally, full legal name. Going from there, you might touch a little bit on your education and where you learned the skills, how you've gotten to sharpen these skills in the field, or if you haven't had a chance yet, how you've utilized these skills in a classroom. And then how this might be utilized by this person, or how this could help the greater good of humanity or a company, or just in general how it could be helpful. I try to give some context as to what if I'm giving an elevator pitch, what makes me a professional, that what I'm saying is something that's trustworthy. An example would be that I have what's known as an MHP license, so I'm a licensed mental health professional. That is something that, if you're working on your BSN or something like that, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, you might talk about maybe you've already become a nursing aide or some sort of lower license that you might get on your way through nursing school. If you have an associate's degree in something and you transferred from a community college, tell me what your associate's degree is in. So you have an associate's degree in chemistry or whatever it might be. If you have some sort of trade school, what is that? Are you a certified welder? Any sort of thing like that. Those are things that help to throw in the pitch. What makes you unique is the biggest single factor, because yes, the truth is, for me, there are probably tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of MHPs in the world today. And there's got to be something that sets me apart. And because otherwise, if I'm just I'm an MHP, I'm a mental health professional, okay, well, we can go find like 100 more of those by posting this job online. What makes you special? That's where I jump into the fact that I work with Veterans Affairs. I understand their healthcare system inside and out. I lived in a military family for my entire life, so I understand what salient issues exist in the veteran world. And then I'm also an Army cadet as well, so I have some insider knowledge of what it's like to go through doing some sort of basic training, learning an Army or military job, and then the issues that come up with your mental health as a result of maybe experiencing some things that you might see in the military. Those are just some very basic things that I can throw on the table, aside from the fact that I have a trauma-informed certificate with my counseling degree, which means that I'm able to work with people that have experienced significant trauma in their life, whether it be some sort of assault or, combat trauma, natural disaster, whatever it might be. Those are things that I'm sure there are many MHPs in the world, but there's going to be very few that have that inside thing that I've really focused in on and specialized on. So I'm definitely going to throw that in my elevator pitch. The hard thing that you're going to experience is that you might have a lot of these things and you've got to narrow it down to 1 or 2 sentences. Typically, you hone in on a few things that are the most important. So I would highly suggest that you think this through, write down some of the important points you want to cover, and then think about how you want to move forward with this pitch. I'm sorry if you heard that. They're plowing snow out of my parking lot right now here on Saturday night. So, yeah, either way, we'll keep going. That's what I would say. And then as you finish your pitch, just, thank you for listening to what I had to say. I hope that I can talk to you in the future about these skills that I presented. Something of that nature that shows that, you're still marketing yourself forward even after this is over. So that's what I would suggest. You'll definitely want to watch the videos that I have linked in our lesson. And then the Linda module will go over some of that more in depth. So once again, the assignments for this week, you will have the Linda module that will follow with this lesson, and then you will record yourself doing your elevator pitch. Please submit this to Blackboard. If you can upload a video directly into Blackboard, that's great. If you can't upload directly into Blackboard, or you're having issues or your computer won't do it, attach it to an email and send it to me at my email address that's posted on our syllabus. If you have any other questions, I'm happy to hear from you on my email, but otherwise, have a great week. I hope everyone has a good one and you're getting back into the swing of things. All right, bye everyone.